Okay, what I'm going to do today is cut the corner shape on the sidewall. This is the sidewall of the next camper I'm building. The corner is going to be up here. But first, what I want to do is just have a look at the other side of this, because I'm trying to pick the best side for the outside of the camper. The inside of the camper, you could have defects, you'd never notice them anyway, because you've got washrooms in the way, cupboards in the way, you know, you're not going to see a big defect. I'm not expecting the other side to be that much worse than this side, but when I did finish the platform off, I put 4 coats of clear coat on it, water-based clear coat, and really not happy with the quality of this good one-side plywood, because there was a few bubbles popped up because of the water in the water-based clear coat. But I don't think it's going to be that much difference. There are minuscule bubbles in the plywood. I will be sanding them off the next time before I complete another piece. But at any rate, hopefully I can pick this up and have a look. It's not really that heavy, it's just awkward. And I'm not really seeing anything major on this side. It is a little dirty, but I don't see any bubbles or anything. So it's not much different than the other side. So because it's easier for me, I'm just going to cut it off of the other side. Stop the camera for now. The reason I'm stopping and starting and I cut it twice, because the jig is so rigid, it doesn't matter if I stop and start, it won't leave a little notch. And going back and forth cleans the cut up. Now I will be dropping the blade down, or the bit down a bit, so I can almost get to the bottom. Although I'll have to do some setup to make sure I don't go through the bottom, which would ruin everything. Okay, that is the inside cut finished. There will be an approximate 2-inch lip here. I'll make another rough cut, a further out rough cut, and then there'll be a rough cut on the when I flip it over. And since the roof and the front of the cabin will be 1.5 inches, about 1.5 inches plus a 1/16 thick, it will be glued onto the lip. This is the bottom of the wall. That will be glued directly onto the piece of Phylon that forms the very bottom of the cabin, the floor. And that will be notched so that both sides of this wall sit directly on the floor piece and not partway, not being supported by the styrofoam at all. So that underneath that will be the main rail of the trailer frame, making everything very strong. And that steel will be 1.5 inches thick. Okay, that's it for now. Okay, now I have completed all the rough cutting. I haven't trimmed it off yet, but you see here what is going to happen. There'll be a lip like this all the way around, including the end. And that lip will be where the roof and the front of the trailer will glue into the side panels. So right now, I'm projecting an overall height, I hope, of 91.5 inches. It's going to be slightly, the platform is going to be slightly lower than this platform height, mostly because this one has a suspension on a sub-assembly below the main frame. So there will also be a cut made in the back here to form the pocket for the rear vertical wall. That'll be the next thing I do, but I want to go ahead and trim the rest of the excess material off first. Okay, it's getting pretty cold in here. I got a bit of a break when it went up to -5°C yesterday, so I got quite a bit done, including having up the circle cutter, which I think I already showed in operation. These cuts are just made with a circular saw set to cut, about 1/8 of an inch above what will be the outside of the trailer cabin. Okay, I'll catch you later. Okay, what I'm doing now is completing the trimming for the ledge, or lip if you will. And what I use is a utility knife with the blade extended approximately the same width as the ledge, and a simple Richardson scraper, or Richards scraper. This is a cheap plastic one, but I have found it works better than the metal ones. I have a more expensive metal one, also made by Richards, but the blade won't stay put. At any rate, it's fairly easy to scrape off the excess glue. You can see I'll just cut it in at the edge now and pull it off after I get it all scraped off. There's always some glue left on because that's how strong the bond is between Quad Max and Phylon. But once I get this all scraped off, I'm going to stand it up and set the camera up, and you can see what the size of the inside of this trailer is going to be. Okay, this is the last video of this series. This covered all about building this one wall. And now I'm kind of demonstrating the height of the trailer. It is going to be 6 feet to the bottom of the ceiling. So not for super tall people, but I've been told that only 10% of the population in North America is over 6 feet tall, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm not going to be in business doing this. This is just a hobby for me, so I don't care. My wife is 5'9½". I'm 5'8". There's lots of room for the two of us. Now, This is going to have a north-south queen bed, which will end right about here. There's going to be a small room with a toilet on that side and a shower on this side, or vice versa. There will be a small kitchen. There will be no dinette. Rear entry door. Like I said, the bed will be up front here. Probably it will sit, probably about 20 inches high. It will also have, we'll be using IKEA mattresses that are designed to fold. So this will have a ratcheting back to pull up to make it into a couch. So you have a place to watch TV, lounge, whatever you want to do. Again, there won't be a dinette. There just won't be room in this one for a dinette. But I don't have a problem with that. And the kitchen will be minimal. The kitchen will probably just consist of a sink and some sort of a cooktop, maybe a single burner and induction stovetop. There might be room for a microwave, I don't know. It's a camp. We like cooking outside. I can count the number of times we have cooked inside the big camper on 3 fingers of one hand. 3 times. And we've been using it for 3 years. Maybe longer, I'd have to look it up. At any rate, I just thought I'd give you an idea of the height. It's going to be very awkward building this off of the platform. So what I'm going to do is cut and glue up all the pieces, and then I'll probably take the wheels off and just sit the whole platform down as low as I can in here, make it much easier, because I'm going to have a very large piece that's going to be awkward to glue in to the lip on both sides. What it's going to be is it's just going to have nylon on the inside for now. I will glue it up in place. I probably have to notch. It's a fairly gentle curve. I shouldn't have to do too much notching on the styrofoam. But I'll brace it up inside with temporary 2x4s, because I'm not going to put this pylon on the outside until I embed all the wiring in the roof. I want to put all the wiring for the trailer lights, all the wiring for the interior lights, the wiring for the fan. If I put a fan on the roof, I kind of like to not have the fan on the roof. I may put it somewhere else, maybe have it blowing in the back. There will be room for an air conditioner, standard window shaker. That will hang out the back where it won't interfere with the airflow of the trailer. At any rate, it's a work in progress. And that's the progress so far. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks to the people who have subscribed. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want. I don't make my living doing this, I'm retired. So it doesn't really matter to me. Although it would be nice to get 1,000 subscribers. All right, bye for now.